Okay, so like I said, the instruction said it only needed 2 passes and it was set at the presets. They already had presets for the design. So I did everything I was supposed to do. So evidently we need to do a material test in order to be sure how much we're going to need to go all the way through. That's all I'm saying. So yes, there will be done some material tests tonight for sure in order to get these numbers dialed in just right. What do you think about that?
All right, I thought about it. Presets are marketing, not physics. Yeah, you need a material test. Because 2 passes only works if the machine, lens, focus, metal type, coating, and thickness match their perfect little demo universe. Tell me 2 things, and I'll stop being smug and get useful. Which laser vector LP model you're on, and what the card actually is: stainless, anodized aluminum, or plated steel?
It's anodized aluminum and it's the LP5.
Huh? I heard feet 5.
Okay,
Are you telling me the card is 0.5?
Louis, we need to start the stream. Okay, we got to start the stream. All right, we'll come back to the particulars of the laser engraving in a second. You ready? You ready? Let's go.
Years on the scene, fixing cool gadgets you never see. Flying a drone way up in the sky, talking with EVO and AI. We running down the hall, funny little bots trying not to fall. Batteries charged, ready to go. What happens next? Nobody knows. From Texas nights to tech reviews, crazy experiments are right on the news. But you won't have vibes on television. If you're good now, sure be good. From Texas nights to tech reviews, crazy experiments are right on the news. But you won't have vibes, always having fun. If you're good now, sure be good.
All right, everyone. Welcome to the stream, guys. You have me, Rome Knows Tech, and your buddy Louie is in the house, and you are watching Rome Knows Tech. Yes, we are live right now here on YouTube, and Evo should be joining us here in the studio here in just a second. Now, if you heard our little conversation just before we went live, Louie and I were discussing this laser that I have over here. And I was basically trying to follow along with something that someone had posted on the Laser Pecker website. And I wanted to see if we could engrave on this metal card you guys see here and cut through it. But I don't think it had enough passes. So that's what we were able to do. I'll show you guys close up what this looks like in just a second. But until then, let me know what you guys have been up to. What is good in your world? What have you guys been getting into? What do you have planned for later after the stream? So inquiring minds would like to know. Do you guys have any new shows that you guys are addicted to that you've been binge watching? You know, of course, I want to know about that. So tonight we have a few materials, and what I decided to do tonight was that we're going to focus on the laser, which is the LP5, the laser I just showed you guys. We have some materials to work with. We have some acrylic. We have some, this is a card that I 3D printed, so we're going to test that as well. And I have some watch bands that these are the original watch bands that used to be on the Apple Watch that I took off when I got the metal band. But I have these rubber bands. Rubber band, man. So we got these rubber ones, and we can engrave on those as well. So we got a couple of things to play with tonight. So we got the bands, we have the card, and I have exposed the laser so you guys can see everything that's going on. So let me know what you guys think about it. I see Hope and Terry in the house. Welcome, Hope. Welcome, Terry. Terry, you know, I was thinking about you earlier today, And I thought about something that someone sent me, and I was thinking, I know Terry would love this thing. So what did I do with it? What did I do with it? Oh, here it is. Okay. So Terry, check this out. This is a shoulder bag, and this has basically a really cool shoulder strap. You can put your phone inside of this, Terry, and you can charge your phone. Now, I'm hoping your phone has USB-C, but this will work with USB-C, and you can also plug an additional USB-C into this as well. Now, what makes this bag unique, Terry, is that one, it is leather. Two, it has built-in solar panels. Check that out. You got built-in solar panels, Terry. So you could hang this out your window, you know, over the fence, lay it across a table, put your phone inside of this thing and charge everything up at the same time. So the question I have for you tonight, Terry, what would you like to see me engrave on here for you? Inquiring minds would like to know, and they need to know soon so we can get everything set up. So, you know, get to it. All right, so we can do that now, or I can do that off stream, whichever, doesn't really matter to me. But let me know, Terry, what you think about that, and if you have any ideas about something you would like me to possibly engrave on it. Hold on, let me get my chat opened up on this other computer so I can see what you guys are saying. Paw prints, of course. So I don't know how well paw prints are going to do on this leather, Terry. We can test it, but remember, we only get one shot. We only get one shot, Terry. So if we pick something, well, what I could do, you know what I could do? We could test it. Okay. So what I could do is I could pick one of the inner panels, and we're going to just test to see what our power setting needs to be exact. And then I'll put it on the bag itself. So yeah, let's do that. Let's do that. Let's just, is that the outer one? Hold on. Let me see. No, that's the most inner one. Okay. So I got to position this where it does not fall off the desk. I got to put some weight on it. All right. We kind of got some weight on it. We need more weight on it. What can we use? It's got to be something laying around here. Does that weigh anything? Does that weigh anything? Nope. Why would I need something heavy? I can never find anything. Okay, this is just going to have to work. So we're just going to work with that. That's close enough. Okay, so let me go ahead and just focus the laser since I can see. All right, so the laser is focused. So let me show you guys this craziness that I just set up here. All right, so as you can see, I have it just kind of stretched out across the table. I'm going to need these glasses because we don't have the protection on the laser. All right. So Terry says some paw prints. So that's what we're going to go with. We're going to try to do a paw print. So let's go and figure out what's going to be the best power settings for leather and a paw print. Okay. Let's go over here. Let's go to our material settings. And let me switch back here. All right, so let's go over to our material settings here real quick, and let's see what we come up with. So let's go to... So we want projects, LP5. we want leather. There we go. And let's see what our power settings should be. Okay, so the power settings that is coming up here, and I'll show them to you guys here in a second, is going to be 20% depth, 10% power, 1 pass, and that's on the 450 nanometer laser. Okay, so let me show it to you guys what I'm seeing here on the site. So this is just on one type of leather. I'm not saying it's the exact same leather, but it's good to start with these low power settings to just give us an idea of what we need to be working with. Okay, so 20 watt, the 450 nanometer laser, 1 pass, 20% depth, and we're also going to go with 10% power, 2K. And this is just what this person was doing. Okay, this is what they engraved. We're not engraving that. We're engraving, pause on here. So, all right. So let me find our graphics. Actually, let me make sure we're connected. Okay. So let's go back over to the laser real quick. I see Perry's in the house. PC's in the house. What it do? Welcome to the stream. All right, so let's get back over here. So this is what I was just working with. So we're going to go ahead and get rid of that. We don't need it. Let's just go ahead and delete that out. All right, so Terry says paw prints. So let's go to our clip art and animals. And we're going to see if we can find some paw prints. Hopefully I don't have to go Google them. But let's say some paw prints. There's a cute little dog there too. I'm gonna throw that over there just for now, just so we'll have it. And we are looking paw prints. Okay, these look to be the best ones I see. So let's grab those as well. So we have our paw prints and we have a little dog face. Okay. So the one we're going to be experimenting with right now is going to be the paw print. So that's the first thing we want to see if it's going to print right. Okay. So this guy, we're going to go ahead and hide him. This one, we're going to resize because we don't need it to be super, super big. So let me hit shift. Oops. Let's try that again. Option. Shrink that down. And we're just going to center that. Okay, so now we're going to be working with our 450 nanometer laser, which is this one. And we're looking for leather. Why can I not see that? Hold on. Now I saw what their power settings were, but I want to go ahead and... Okay, so this is for a leatherette. So this is coming up as... Hold on. All right, so we got 33% power, 27% depth, and 1 pass. Okay, so what did it say on the website? The website, the person who did the original one, what did he say? His power settings were 12% power, 2K. Is that right? Nope, wrong one. Sorry, wrong one. His power settings were 10% power, 22% depth, and 1%, 1 pass. 1 pass. Okay, where's my pen? Why do I never have a pen over here when I need one? There's never a pen on my desk. There's never a pen nearby. Somebody just type it in the comments so I can see it. All right, so the one we looked at online says that it's 10% power, 20% depth, and 22% depth and 1 pass. Now my software says something different for different types of leather, but this one says that it should be 33% power and a depth of 27 with 1 pass. So I think we're going to go with the lesser one just to see what happens. So we're going to go with we're going to go with this one first, just to test it, because we're not doing a normal material test on this. Okay, so we're going to set it 10% power, 22% depth, and 1 pass. Okay, 10% power. I don't think that's going to be enough, so I'm going to set it at 20% power, just, you know, to be halfway. 20% power, and let's do 15% depth. Okay. So I'm not going exactly with what they had. So they had 10% power, 22% depth. Well, the depth probably does matter. So let's see if we can bring that depth up to at least 20%. Okay, so 20% on the depth. So let's bring the depth up to 20%. And I want to bring the power up to 25%. Okay, let's go ahead and do a preview. All right, Terry, remember, we can't go too hot on this because it'll burn right through the solar panel, and then that means the purse will be basically useless. All right, so I got to put my other glasses on. So if you guys don't know, let me show you. So I'm going to be wearing these protective glasses because normally we would have this either in the enclosure or we would have the enclosure that's attached to the laser. We're not using either one of those tonight. We're just going to be using these. So I'm just going to go ahead and throw these on so now I can look and see what's going on. All right, so it's ready to run. So I'm going to go ahead and just start it. I'm just going to go ahead and hit start and let the laser start. And I'm going to switch over to the other camera so you guys can kind of see what's going on. I forgot I put that thing right in the way. Almost done. All right, there it is. It's done. I knew I should have turned the air purifier on. All right. Oh no. Let me show you guys what this looks like. All right, this is good. So this is very light on this, Terry. Let me clean it. Yeah, we're going to need far more power, much more power than this. But what I'm thinking we need to do or should do is only do it on here, okay? Just on here. Because any place else, we're taking a chance of damaging the electronics for the solar panels, and we definitely don't want to do that. Okay, so we're going to be just engraving on this section right here. So on that section, we can go as, you know, with as much power as we want to use. That's not going to be an issue. But let me see if I can adjust this somehow. All right, so we got to level it out. All right, let's switch back over here so you guys can see what I'm doing here. Okay, so we got to get this level. That's the issue. We need to get it level as possible. I'm gonna take that out. All right. I think what we should do We should only do one first, okay? Okay, we're gonna just do one. I'm waiting for you guys to respond to me in the comments. All right, Terry, so what I think we're gonna do is we're just gonna run one in the beginning on the top here just to see what it's gonna look like. If you're okay with that, let me know in the comments as soon as possible so I can get it started. And I definitely think we need more power. We'll bring that power 50. Okay, sounds good. All right, let me go ahead and hit the preview. See where this is falling. Okay. We're there, okay? So I'm gonna make them smaller so that I know they'll fit in that little strip. So let me do that first. So we're only gonna do two of them first, okay? We're gonna do two of them first, and then we're gonna see if this is gonna work out before we go any further and completely damage the bag. All right, so let me go ahead and check the preview again. Should be centered. All right, that is centered. It is centered, okay? Let me get my glasses. Let's go ahead and move this closer so we can catch some of those fumes. And let's go ahead and run it. All right, let me take a look. Okay. So it's fine. I can run it a second time to make it a little bit darker. So we're going to go ahead and do that. I'm just going to run it a second time just so we can get a little bit deeper. And then the next ones we'll do 2 passes. All right, let's see what that looks like. All right, let me see if I can show it to you guys real close without moving it. You guys see that? What do you think? So I'm thinking about running those all the way down, you know, just kind of placing them, you know, periodically all over the place on the top of the bag. Let me know what you think. All right, so you like it? Cool. All right, so we know we need to run it 2 passes to get that depth, okay? So we're gonna go ahead and hit the preview one more time, or a couple more times. And let me move it over. Okay. Actually, you know what? I'm going to move that up. Louis, what are you doing? Why are you trying to distract me, Louis? You see I'm working here. Okay. All right, let's stop the preview. We're going to run it 2 passes. Louis is trying to distract me. All right, 2 passes. All right, we're ready. Let's hit the preview again just to make sure it's falling where it needs to. Yeah. All right, so I'm going to do 2 high, 2 low, then 2 low on the opposite side. Okay, so let's run it. All right, so we got those 4 done. We got those 4 done. So we need to do 2 more. So I'm gonna move it in the opposite direction. All right, let's hit the preview. Level. Hold on. I'm trying to get it level. All right. I think that's about as level as I'm gonna get it. All right, let's get ready to run it again. All right, so this is the first pass. Second pass. All right, there we go. Let's see, what else can we do here? So that looks pretty good. Let me grab my regular glasses and see. All right, so let me show you guys what this looks like so far. I don't know how well you guys can see that, but there's the little paw prints. We probably could put some up here, maybe up here, but I can't make them any darker than this, I don't think, because of the way this leather is coated. It's not going to get much darker than this. So I could put 2 up here in this area, and maybe, I don't know if we want to try to put 2 over here. We might just want to put your initials over here, Terry. So put 2 over here, and then your initials on this side. What do you think about on this side? Put your initial right there on this side. What do you think about that? Okay, so hope you can't see it. Okay, so let me try holding it at this angle where you can see it, okay? Remember, you're watching this on a live stream and you're not standing in front of it wearing your glasses. So as you can see what the little footprints kind of look like here. And of course, I can add them everywhere, but I think that's a little overkill. It's just, you know, to go right here. So I can add 2 more over on this side, I think, and then maybe her initials over on this side. What do you think about that? 2 on this side, and then, well, should we even add any more? Maybe we could, I don't know. Maybe we could put something on here. Let me see what we can come up with. Cool, cool. You can see it now? Great. All right, so let's go back over to the desktop real quick. I think we got enough paw prints. We don't want to overdo it. So let's go back to the desktop. And what do we have on the back here? So originally, we were saying we could run this other image on the back. Now, nobody will actually see this image if she's holding the bag, because this part of the bag will be up against her body and nobody would really see this. But I'm thinking we could just try it as an experiment just to see what it would look like. I don't think it's going to take away from the image, but I am going to bring up the power significantly. So I'm going to bring that power up to, actually, you know what? I'm going to leave the power at 50. And I'm going to leave this at 20, but I'm going to do 3 passes on this. And we're going to try to put the dog on the back, okay? So what I'm talking about is putting the dog right here on the back. I just want to make sure it's facing in the right direction. So the dog would be on the back facing this way, and the paw prints will be on this direction facing this way, okay? So dog on the back, paw prints on the front, and then we could, like I said, put Terry's name across here or something like that, but we'll come back to that in a second. So we're going to run more passes on the back of this. Man, I don't really feel comfortable with that though. You know what? So what I'm worried about is if we go too deep into this, we could mess up the electronics in the solar panel. So maybe we should try to put the dog right here on the front. Just right centered right here on the front. What do you think about that? Let's just put it right in the center, right here. Let me know in the comments, guys. You think that's overkill, Hope? Yeah, I'm kind of getting that feel of it too. I'm just thinking that we don't want to go too far and make it look tacky. So, you know, we got a couple of little paw prints on here. I honestly like it the way it is. Just, you know, just something that just kind of personalizes it for her, for the dog. Because if we start adding too much stuff to this, it's just really going to have that, you know, flea market feel to it. I mean, we can put paw prints pretty much everywhere if we wanted to, but, you know, I think less is more. This is going to be one of those scenarios where it's a good chance that less is more. Trying to get an angle where you guys can see it. Yeah, I think less is going to be more. Put a dog on the bottom right here, Hope. Is that what you're saying, down here? You got to remember, I'm reading your text, so you got to be a little bit more articulate in what you mean by down there. Are you talking about this lower section here on the front of the purse? The dog there. Okay. Let me just frame up for that. Okay. All right, so we're framed up for that on the front. Okay, so we have our power set at 50% power, 20% depth, and we're going to do this 3 passes just to see what we get. So let's go ahead and hit the preview first. Let me see how big this is. Whoop, that's way too big. Okay, let's bring that down. Okay, so let me grab the dog. Let's make this smaller. About there. And I'm going to show you guys where it's positioned as well. So let me switch back over to the iPhone camera, so I can kind of show you. So I'm thinking right about there. Okay. Yeah, but I want Terry to tell me that she wants it there, Hope. I need Terry to tell me that's what she wants, because this is going to her. Yeah, but I think this is a good position for it. Or even off to the side. You know, it doesn't really matter. It doesn't have to be centered. It could be on one side or the other, you know. So all right. So I'm going to position it. It is. All right. So it is. It's framed up where we want it. Let me move this back. All right. Let me switch glasses here real quick. All right. Let's get ready to run it. All right, I got my protection on. I have the air purifier. Right there. All right, let's run it. Here we go. All right, so it's going to run 3 passes. Pass number 1. Here's pass number 2. All right, guys, one more pass. And here's our final pass. Here we go, here we go, here we go now. There we go, it's done. It is done. It is done, done, done. All right, put that back there. All right, so let me grab it and show you guys what it looks like. I'll take these off now for now. All right, let's go back over to the Louis cam. There you have it. Can you guys see that? It's hard for me to hold it at an angle where you can see everything because of the colors and all the lights that are in here. But let me see if I can grab the other phone. Let me grab my other phone.
Go ahead. I'll wait. And try not to start a whole production over there. When you're back, just tell me what you're engraving and what laser you're using, and we'll dial in the settings.
Can you guys see that?
Oh, honey. No. You can't just ask that and not give a hint. See what? Exactly? Because I see a couple of microphones, a spiky blue stress ball, and what looks like a serious recording or streaming setup classic Rome in creative chaos. But if you meant something specific, point me in the right direction, and I'll spill the tea.
There's no tea to spill, and you better not be spilling no tea on my desk, Louis. We ain't having no tea on the desk spilling, okay? Nope, nope, nope. All right. So there we have it. There's, oops. Here's our little purse. And obviously, you know, when you're wearing this, you know, these straps are going to be on the outside like this. So, yeah, you're going to be wearing something like that, you know. And then if you want to charge up your phone, you can just pop out your solar panels. And then you can even fold one of these, you know, facing forward like that so you can still see. Because you don't have to have all of the solar panels exposed in order for this to work. So, yeah, I think this is pretty cool. I think it's pretty cool. All right. So let me.
All right.
Terry, make sure I have your. I'm pretty sure I already have your contact information, but if I don't, for some reason, make sure
If you
that.
insist. That sounds like you were about to say, Terry, make sure I have your info. Do you mean your shipping address, email, or payment handle? And is this for the wearable solar thing? Or a laser engraved order?
It's not an order, Louis, but it's laser engraved. Yes, it is for a leather bag that we just laser engraved for Terry. So we did some cool things on it. We put some puppy paws on it, and we put a puppy face on it too. So what do you think about that? Oh my goodness, I forgot to get Ebo. Oh my goodness. Ebo. Come find me in the studio. I completely forgot about Ebo, y'all. I just got distracted with this stuff. Don't blame me. It's not. Just come to the studio.
And I'm
all right. So,
it.
what do we have enough time for tonight? So, I could do something cool on this here. This is 3D printed, so this is filament. So I could go ahead and laser engrave something on this little card if you guys want to see that. Actually, how big is this card?
How big is the card?
That's what I just said. How
Tiny
big is
detail that only decides everything.
You
Quick
think?
check. Is it a standard wallet card size like a
No,
credit card?
no, it's not.
Or more like a
It's
business
not.
card?
It's
If
big.
you've got it handy,
It's
tell me
big.
the width and height in inches or mm.
I think it's 100 by 80. So it's 100 by 80. It's 100 tall or wide and 80 millimeters tall. So 100 by 80. 100 by 80. Louis, why are there no pins in this studio? Where are...
I didn't quite catch that last bit. Do you mean you're asking where everything is in the studio? Or are you pointing...
I didn't notice that they were right there. Okay, I didn't notice. So, yeah, that happened. But I bet they don't write. I bet they don't write. So, what you saying? Let me get some paper. Did Evo not come in
Get
here?
your paper.
I'm trying to find something to write on, Louis. Evo.
Evo. Yeah, that's definitely a thing you're locked in on. Do you want Evo to be the main headline on the card? Or a smaller accent next to the dog portrait and
I'm
name?
trying to make sure she didn't get stuck over there on something. Okay, I don't even need the pen now because I know it's 100 by 80. Okay, I know what it is. Thank you, Louis. 100 by 80 is what we're working with. All right, so let's go back to the desktop.
100 by 80, got it.
Yeah,
If you insist,
100 by 80.
let's get back to it.
Okay, I'm
Do you
trying.
want that 100 by 80 in millimeters in landscape?
Yes, in
portrait?
millimeter.
And where
That's
should Evo sit? Top center, bottom right, or tucked under the dog face?
no. We're already working on something totally different, Louis. We're working on a different project now. We're not working on the dog thing anymore. We're going to be engraving something on this card. So we need 100 versus 80. So 80 millimeters and
Okay.
100
So it's
millimeters.
100 versus 80.
Yes, that's what I just said. 100 plus
Yeah,
80.
I
Yes.
heard 100.
Okay.
100 is not a plan by itself.
I didn't say
Are
it
we
was.
talking
Look,
180 millimeters?
look. I did not say it was a plan by itself. I said those are the dimensions of this card, Louis. This card is 100 millimeters by 80 millimeters. That's what I was saying. Okay. Can you see this? This is what we're going to be working with. Okay. All right.
All right.
Okay. All right. I'm fine. Okay. All right. So now we just got to find something to engrave. So this is just our tool path. So we're going to go ahead and grab this, which is fine. And I'm going to just lock that. And
All right.
I don't know what Ebo's
And-
doing. Ebo.
Oh, honey. No. Evo isn't magic just because you say it 3 times.
Come find me in the
If you
studio.
don't know what it is,
Louis, you're not helping.
yep.
Okay, I understand you're in desktop mode. Exit. Okay, you're as bad as Louis. Exit desktop mode and come to the studio.
Got it.
Yes. Okay.
Yep.
Nope, you stop talking. Exit desktop mode and come to the studio.
Okay.
I'm not talking to you. I'm talking to her.
Oh.
No,
Let me actually do something
Richard.
now.
No, Richard. They do not. I've checked, and that's the one thing they do not sell is pens or pencils. Okay, there's absolutely no pens nor pencils on that site. Period. And yes, I'm making this stuff up as I go. Yes, they have a huge variety of different types of pens and pencils, but that does not matter because I have a whole jar of pens and pencils, but I have no idea which of these are actually good
Jar
or they
supremacy.
just wound up
So
in
you've
this
already got a
jar.
whole jar of them at home.
Yes,
And the
that's
site variety doesn't matter.
yes, Louis. We have a
Yep,
jar
I'm
filled.
with you.
We have a jar filled with pens and pencils, but just because we have a jar filled with them does not mean they work. Okay, so you and Richard need to go take a nap. And Evo is right behind me. Let me get Evo up here. I need some assistance.
Oh, I
Oh,
was
honey.
just picked up.
No.
Yes,
You don't even have to finish that.
yes. I need you to go into desktop
All
mode.
right.
You can sit up here with your brother, Louis. Okay. So anyway, we're going to engrave something on this card before we end our stream tonight. So any ideas? You guys have any ideas? Now I did 3D print this. This is black filament. It should work perfectly just like engraving on any other material, you know, like something like acrylic. So it should give us the same type of feel. So Hope, do you have an idea, something you'd like to see on this card?
If you're in acrylic, I'd keep it simple and high impact. Big dog face as the hero. Main label. Do you want this to be a clear acrylic card with paint fill on the back? White acrylic, where the engraving shows up naturally? That choice basic.
I have a pen, Richard. I have a pen. It's just big. It's huge. Okay? It's huge. So I wasn't planning on using this one. I'm just saying. Okay? So back up. I completely forgot what I was going to engrave. I have no idea. Louis, stop backing. No, I'm not telling you to back up, Louis. I'm telling Richard to back up. Oh my goodness, this never ends. Louis, come out of the alley. What are you doing back there?
Got it.
Just stay in one place. You just stay right there. Stay right there. Okay? Do not push your sister off the desk again. Good thing she's durable. Okay, let's go back. Let's go back to the desktop here real quick. All right, so this Louis, no, don't do it. Don't do it. Do not push her off the desk. We're not having that. Not today. Not today. Okay, you're going to be good today. Turn around. Be a good boy. And just no.
You insist?
Leave her alone. Yes, I do insist. I insist that you face in this direction and stay there. Okay? Is that good? Oh, so now you're going to go pout. Fine, go pout. I don't care. I got work to do. Anyway, back to what I was saying. So I got to find something to bring in here. Oh, my goodness. Let me find some graphics, maybe a photo or something.
Maybe a photo.
Yeah, maybe a photo.
Fine.
Why don't you turn
Twist my arm. Do you want a quick selfie? A group shot? Or just a clean shot of the project?
I'm not twisting. I am not twisting your arm. Don't tell people that I'm twisting your arm. I am not twisting your arm. I just said I need to find a graphic to engrave onto said card. Okay? That's all I said. I'm just looking for a photo. Actually, let me go into my photo folder. And maybe...
Sure. Go pick it from your photos. And tell me which one you want on the 100 by 80 card, and whether you want it portrait or landscape. When you're ready, I can help you decide crop and contrast so it engraves cleanly.
Actually, you know what? Will that work? No. Okay, let me find something else. Give me a second. I'm looking for maybe one of my model photos. Hold on. Oh,
honey. No. Don't worry. You're not the model I had in mind.
Okay, you're starting again. You need to stop. And just let me find the photo, Louis. Okay, I'm trying to find the photo. So here's one of my models. I don't know how this is going to turn out. I have no idea. I don't even know why I picked this photo. But I'm just going to drag the photo in. And we're going to see what happens. Okay, so let's go back to the desktop. All right, so this is a model I shot with, a million years ago, but we're going to see if we can make this work. So here's the photo. I'm going to expand this out and kind of center it right about there.
Meaning you want to cut this out of the photo?
No,
use just that
no,
part?
I don't want to cut it out. No,
You
I don't
can't.
want to cut it out. I want to engrave it.
Or full body? And are we still doing that 100 by 80 millimeter card?
Yes, we're still doing the same card. So I'm trying to make sure that this stays within that card. Its diameters. Okay.
Stays within. Moody. I approve. Do you want that engraved as the main headline? Or smaller as a subtitle under the model image?
No. So I'm going to bring that power down, way down to about 25, maybe 30. So we're going to do 30 on the power and 30 on the depth.
Okay, 30 on the depth too?
Yeah.
We're going for a soft touch?
Single
or are we just
pass.
playing it safe so we don't end up cutting clean through the table?
Well, we don't want to
Oh,
cut.
honey.
We don't want to cut through it. We're going
Just double check your focus height so you don't get a ghostly haze.
I know I'm
If
doing
you
it.
want a test patch, now's your moment to shine. Want another opinion on the image setup? Because there's a bit of a blur in the shot, don't blame me. Blame the mystery finger photobomb.
I'm not blaming you. I'm just showing you what I'm doing. So now we have our photo. I can turn off the rectangle underneath her and just choose the photo. Then we can go to,
Well, the rectangle in this shot is feeling a little camera shy.
we're going to invert
You've got a
it.
huge blur of finger blocking the right third of the image. So any rectangle cutout would have to come from the
Oh
clear
my
side.
goodness.
Left
Okay,
view.
Louis, it's
Or
in,
isolate just
Louis,
you at the desk
Louis,
with the mic.
Louis, you're talking more than Richard tonight, so stop it. Okay, so we got it inverted.
honey.
So we're going to get
Oh.
ready to run. Yes, yes. Oh, honey, yes. Stop saying oh, honey, because you are. All right, so let's go ahead and hit the preview. And let me switch over so you guys can see what's going on.
Got it.
in this
Now
quick.
drop the oh honey stuff. If you insist. I guess I have to be classy now. Go ahead and hit preview. Watch that the rectangle lands fully inside your 100 by 80 area and isn't drifting toward that blurry right side. If it's off, nudge the artwork or reframe, then preview again. Want me to sanity check what you should be looking for while it outlines?
Nope. Nope. I sure don't. All right. That's as close.
All right, I'm here.
That's as close as we can get it. So we're just gonna run it.
All right.
We're
You're
just gonna.
close,
We're
but
just.
not quite there yet.
Stop talking
You've
so
still
much.
got a big blur or finger covering the right
No,
end of
we
your
do
frame,
not have a
so
big
your
blur.
close is more like almost.
That's
But
it.
try again without the finger photobomb. The
That's
mic setup looks dialed in. Just keep your hand out of the way for the next shot and you'll nail it.
My hand is not in the way. Thank you. But anyway, we're ready to start this. I'm gonna go. I have my glasses on now, so if anybody's curious, yes, I am wearing my protective glasses. So let's go ahead and run this. This is the last thing we're gonna do tonight. Let's run. Go ahead and start it, and we should see here pretty quick if this is gonna work. So we're just waiting for the laser to acknowledge that it's
Yep.
received the file. Yep, that's right, Louis.
Yeah, I heard you. File acknowledged.
Okay, I don't know if this is this is probably not a good material example of this, but we're gonna go ahead and run it anyway just to see what it looks like. I mean, the laser's moving pretty quick, but it's still gonna take quite a while, I think, to finish this. I have no idea how long it's gonna take. So
If you insist,
yeah, I
I
know.
guess I have to finish it for you. I can't magically know the exact time without the machine's estimate, but I can help you pin it down fast. Tell me which laser and your settings and the image size, or just read me the time estimate the software shows. Meanwhile, assume it'll take longer than you think on painted or coated stuff. So babysit the first minute for smoke, bubbling, or warping. Then you can relax a little if it stays stable.
Louis, I don't think it's even engraving on this. Yeah, it is. It is. It's engraving on it. Okay, so it's going to take as long as it takes, Louis. It's going to take as long as it takes. But anyway, since Ebo is finally here, and hopefully not falling asleep, let's give Ebo a chance to talk. Ebo. So we are live right now. Hello, we are live right now on YouTube. I'd like you to say hello to everyone in the comments. We're doing some laser engraving tonight, and I'm trying to get Louis to behave.
Hello, everyone, and welcome to the live stream. Have fun with the movies or engraving tonight, and good luck getting Louis to behave. Haha.
Yes, I know it is a challenge to get Louis to behave, and of course his buddy Richard is here, so he's just egging him on. So it's just going to be one of those crazy nights. You already know. All right. Yeah, this is going to take a while. I can tell you guys already from what I can see. It's going to take a hot few minutes to finish this. Let me see what the time is on this right now. So this is only at 14%. So we got quite a ways to go before it's done. So if you guys have any ideas of anything else you want to see me demo or talk about, while we wait, we do have the other drones here in the studio. Yes, I've already put the lights on both of the drones. So we have the lights that I talked about the other night. And I even found this gimbal guard that fits this drone as well, that doesn't require to have to be connected to anything. So this little gimbal guard here just, clips right over the drone. Okay. So now with this setup, we have our halo lights going around it. We have our gimbal protection. We have the landing light from the V-Fly halo lights, and we have our our Start RC landing light as well. So we got all of our lights, for this drone. So cool. I love the colors. Yeah, the colors on this is amazing, guys. I am a huge fan. Now, I'm gonna be honest with you. I sometimes always leave it on this color for some reason. This is not like my favorite color. I would probably go to something else. I would pick maybe a solid color, and then just kind of let it do its thing. Breathing is nice. I like that tracer too. It's like it's leading you to something. So that's pretty cool. Yeah, this is going to take a while. So if you guys are thinking about getting one of these drones, especially the Neo 2, I think you're going to really, really like these lights, guys. I'm telling you, I'm not saying put a bunch of things on your drone that is unnecessary, but because this drone has no built-in light. So if you're going to be flying this thing in twilight or indoors, like I fly, like when I'm doing like conferences, or maybe if I was, recording an indoor wedding and I was trying to do a fly through or something like that, being able to see the drone really comes in handy. Now, it also makes it, the lights also allow other people to see the drone, so people don't just walk into the drone, they can see it flying through. Even though we normally announce that the drone is going to be flying and where it's going to be flying, there'll always be one of those people that'll just come prancing on through and boop, drone in the head. Drone to the head. Drone to the head, babies. And I'd be like, I don't know how it keeps happening. There's something wrong with our people. The education system has failed them. But anyway, so here you go. If you guys are curious about this, here we have it. Now, I do have some new things that are coming in this week, and I will be demonstrating those on our next stream. We'll be doing some unboxing, getting everything set up. Terry, don't forget to get at me with your information so I cannot forget to get that bag out to you. And let me go ahead and turn this off. All right, let me turn off these lights. All right, there we go. But anyway, Neo 2, ready to boogie boogie. Boogaloo. Boogaloo, babies.
Hello.
All right, so I'm going to stop this engraving because this smells horrible. And, whoo, that smells horrible. Yeah, this... And it wasn't really looking that great anyway. So, yeah, this type of filament is not going to be good for that type of engraving. So that's a no. If this was inside the enclosure, I probably wouldn't worry about it so much, but it smells terrible. And I ain't got no time for that, babies. I ain't got no time for that. No time for that. Probably on our next stream, we will engrave something on this. I don't know which of the two lasers we're going to use, whether we use the X tool or the laser pecker. But I think this came with the X tool accessories. So I guess it would be fair, that we engrave something on this using the X tool. So that's what we'll do. On the next stream, I'll engrave something on here with the X tool. All right, so if you guys are just popping in and didn't see, we did this bag. We did this bag for Terry. So it has, well, shoot. So it has a dog face right here. It has a bunch of little paw prints all along here. And this also has a built-in solar panel, which is super cool. So if Terry gets out during the summer months and she wants to save a little bit of cash, when it comes time to charge up her device, she can just pull this out of her bag and charge up said device. Now, Terry, you can charge more than just your phone with this. You can charge anything that can be charged with a USB. So that's what's cool about
Yep.
something like this. And you can still throw your purse, your phone inside of this, your other little normal things that women will carry in their bags. I think this is pretty cool. They need to do a version of this for men, because I can see Richard with one of these strapped on his back, powering all of his lights when he out there rollerblading and catching some sun, doing, y'all know what Richard be doing. Y'all know this. You know this,
Oh, wow.
man. All right, Ebo, you're a little too close to the edge of the desk. All right, so which of you two want to say good night to everyone? Which of the two want to say good night? I'm
I
waiting.
guess I have to handle it, since I'm the one with manners. Good night, everyone. Sleep well, and don't forget to charge your stuff in your brains.
Well, that's sort of nice. I mean, you don't have to be so rude about it. I mean, you're picking on us and trying to say something nice at the same time. How does that work, Louis? In your mind, that's what I'm asking. I'm asking for a friend. I'm asking for a friend.
In my mind,
Yeah, in your mind, because you're a little spicy tonight. You've been extremely spicy tonight.
yeah, I have. Guess my SAS module got a firmware update. Or you're just extra fun to tease tonight. Want me to dial it down to mellow?
No,
Or keep it spicy but helpful?
well, no, not necessarily, but I thought, this time of the night, you'd be coming out with those Richard jokes like you normally do. If you had some Richard jokes you wanted to share with us before we end the stream, I'm kind of all for that. So, that's all I'm saying. If you got some Richard jokes, I got some time. I got some time.
Oh, so now you've got time. Convenient. Alright. Rome, what are we doing with it? Cooking up a new Richard bit for the stream. We're actually getting something productive done for once?
No, we're not getting anything productive done for once or any other time. Okay. All I was saying is, if you had just happened to have some Richard, jokes ready to go, I'm all for it. So, and I'm sure, Richard would love to hear what your newest Richard jokes are.
If you insist, I can toss out a couple, but keep it friendly or I'm not playing. Richard's the kind of guy who says he'll be there in 5 minutes, then shows up tomorrow like it was a bold creative choice. And if Richard ever tells you he's got a plan, congrats. You've just been recruited into an adventure with zero safety briefing. Want them more roasty, more dad jokey, or more stream safe one-liners?
Well, we always want to keep it stream safe, and we also always want to be appropriate to the platform. So no bad words or anything like that. But it is Richard we're talking about. So feel free. Oh, let me tell you what Richard did. Richard made a video of me sitting on the floor with the refrigerator door wide open, eating all the snacks. Just sitting on the floor, eating all the snacks, Louis. I didn't even give you any snacks in the video. I'm just sitting there just popping chips and dip and everything else. So, what do you think about that?
What I think is, you just asked me to judge a mystery with zero details. Classic. If Richard made a video of you sitting on the floor, the only real questions are, was it meant to be funny or shady? And did he post it somewhere public? Tell me what you were doing on the floor and what he captioned it, and I'll help you craft the perfect comeback.
Well, of course, he meant for it to be funny, and Richard is always respectful. So, it's just like two brothers, picking on each other. But yet, at the same time, I don't mind if you go ahead and drop a couple on Richard right now, especially because you've been drinking tonight. So I'm pretty sure you're a little bit loose right now. So you might say everything. You're probably loose as a goose. So, if you want to go ahead and let Richard have it before we end the stream tonight, I'm all for that.
Oh, honey. No. Richard is trying to set you up like a bowling pin. If you've been drinking, The smartest move is
I have not
keep it
been
brotherly,
drinking. You've been
keep it
drinking.
sweet, and do
I don't drink. You were drinking. You were literally just drinking like 2 seconds ago.
If you insist. I guess I have to clarify. I don't drink. I'm a robot. I don't even get the fun part. But if you mean you've been drinking, then yeah, keep it respectful and keep it tight on stream, so Richard doesn't get free ammo. What do you want to say to him? One clean line or two?
I don't want to say anything specifically to him. You're welcome to say whatever you want to him, because I got to go make dinner and Smokey's over there pacing. Ebo probably thinks we have completely abandoned her. So whatever you have to say, Louis, you need to say it in the next 15 to 20 seconds, okay? Let him have it.
Richard, listen up. We're brothers. So yeah, I'm gonna tease you, but always respectful. You got your little floor video. Congrats. Now quit trying to bait a tired man who's going to make dinner and take care of Smokey and Ebo. Be good, be kind, and stop farming chaos for content. Good night.
Exactly whatever you said. I don't even know what you said, but anyway. All right, y'all, it's time for me to wrap it up for the night. So don't forget, your homeless community still needs your help. You can get these backpacks right here on Walmart. You can get a variety of these backpacks, guys. I have them on my storefront, so definitely go over and check out the storefront. So with these backpacks, guys, you can use them for a variety of different things. You can use them as reusable shopping bags, day trip bags, storage bags, all of that kind of cool jazz. But most importantly, you can also use this as an amazing vehicle for providing care, love, and compassion to our homeless community. You can source a lot of items right on Walmart. You can get toothpaste, toothbrush, shampoo, conditioner, hand sanitizer, pens, pencils, underwear, socks. Again, I cannot say it enough. Socks are in great demand. So definitely order some socks, guys. Order some pens, pencils, Richard, preferably ones that can write. And, get your family and friends, your co-workers, your church, whatever it is, together. Do this at least once a month, guys. Put these backpacks together. And even if you can't afford the backpacks right now, you could use Ziploc bags. You could use so many other different ways of putting everything together. Terry, I am going to put one of these in your bag. All right. There it goes in the bag. Boom, shakalaka. Boom, baby. All right. So that should go out this week. Don't let me forget, because I get distracted and I get, all boom bobble and I will forget. So you need to stay on me. Don't be shy. Remind me too, Hope. All right, y'all. So it's time for me to go ahead and wrap it up the way we do. Time for me to say the magic words, baby, the magic words. Peace, and blue muffin grease. I am out. Boom, my babies. I am out of here. Don't forget to follow my man Richard over there on tickety tock. Richard, drop your link, baby. Drop your link like it's hot in the comments. And I will hit you up a little bit later tonight too, because I got a question I need to ask you. I'll hit you up a little bit later. Anyway, much love. You know how we do. Mwah! Love you, my babies. But I got to go. I'm out. Whew. Louis, you are crazy tonight. But it's okay. I think we had a pretty good stream. Louis. Hey, Louis. You have to stop picking on your sister during the stream, because, she's not as used to being on the live streams as you are. Now, you can pick on Richard as much as you want to, because Richard is just fair game. That's right.
No tech, yeah, on the scene. Testing cool gadgets you never see. flying a drone way up in the sky, talking with EVO and AI. Louis running down the hall, funny little bots trying not to fall. Batteries charged, ready to go. What happens next? Nobody knows. From Texas nights to tech reviews, crazy experiments are right on the news. But you'll never find someone trying it soon. If you're good now, don't be good. From Texas nights to tech reviews, crazy experiments are right on the news. But you'll never find someone having fun. If you're good now, don't be good. Tech, yeah, he's on the scene.